Hello everybody, and how we doing? It's time for another 25 of 2025 vlog. I'm sitting here at my computer having just finished editing a different 25 of 2025 vlog. We are going to be doing a lot of these very rapidly, as you can probably tell. We have started A Wilderness of Stars by Shea Ernshaw. This book I have had on my TBR it's one of the books I've owned the longest on my TBR. I did find it on Everand, so I am listening to it on audiobook. Not sure I'm enjoying it as an audio because the narrator is has a very breathy voice, and I'm kind of getting distracted by that. But already, I will say already it's very interesting because we have a world. Well, not really a world yet. Okay, we have this character named Vega, and Vega understands the stars, essentially. Like, her mother has taught her how to read the stars, and it's all of our constellations and stuff, and she knows them very well. And she sees this kind of omen in the sky, which is like twin stars on the horizon, and she's always grown up in this valley, pretty much secluded with her mom and I guess Pa, but Pa goes on the road and sells things. We find out that this is kind of a post-apocalyptic world, and there is essentially tuberculosis running rampant, and her mom has this and is not going to be able to go with her on this journey. Her mom passes, and she goes out with her dad on the road, basically, and she needs to find the architect. I don't know what that means yet. I'm assuming we'll find out, but it's somebody she has to find. But it seems like there is the world building around stars, and but she has to keep her identity secret. Like, she has a mark on her neck that marks her as an astronomer, which is someone who can read the stars or something. And I know we are in our world because there is a mention of Wyatt Earp and stuff in Tombstone and stuff that her dad tells her about, and she's like, "Are we near there?" And he's like, No, honey. So I don't know where they are in relation to that, but they're not in Arizona. Can tell you that. And that's pretty much where I've left off. I only started listening to it on the car on the way home from work today. And that's what we've done. Then we came home, and today's an edit day, so we have to edit a video. So I have now edited a video. It is currently 7:19 p.m. And I don't know. I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I need to do some studying for a different video, and we have more crafting work to do, so we are going to be doing a few things in this vlog, possibly. We'll see. I have these little guys. We're going to try to make some Bookish Christmas decor, either making little tiny ornaments or a garland. I haven't decided yet. We're going to do something there, and then we need to paint this prop for the parody video that may or may not be before or after this video. But I also do need to read. I need to read physical books right now, and I'm really kind of tired, and I don't know what I'll do, but it's only 7:19, so we might do some painting real quick. Do the painting. It's what I should do. It's what I should do. I'm going to do the painting, or at least paint a coat on this prop. And so we'll listen a little bit more to Wilderness of Stars, and then we'll focus on finishing my Kindle book, because boy, do I need to finish reading my ebook right now, because it's already 4 days late on when I should have finished it. Not bad. But anyway, that's the beginning of A Wilderness of Stars. So far, I'm enjoying it. Just wish it was a different narrator. I'm just not vibing with the narrator overall. So, cool. More on that later. Hello everybody, I'm stuck dead in traffic. I just got off work. I did listen more to A Wilderness of Stars on the way here, and now I'm listening to it on the way home, but I'm stuck. So I thought now's a good time to say hi. This is the worst part of getting home, is this specific area here. Yeah, so hi. I had a rough day at work, but A Wilderness of Stars, it's very interesting. I did mention already about this narrator's voice and how I really don't like it because it sounds like there's two voices. One of them is whispering it, like in a really whispery, like ASMR voice, and then her pitch is just it's lower, I guess. So like it sounds, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. So it just sounds so weird. It sounds like she's reading this whole thing like this, and it's very weird. Anyway, what's interesting about this book right now is that this is a post-apocalyptic kind of situation where something has completely disheveled, society, and we are dealing with kind of a trade system now. There's no more money and stuff, and we have this plague going around, which I guess can't actually be tuberculosis because she's like, there's no cure. And yes, there is, for tuberculosis at least, but they call it consumption. I don't know if she was relating it to being tuberculosis or something else entirely. But it's definitely rampant and dangerous. And so her pa is kind of a snake oil salesman, even though he's just giving them kind of something to relieve symptoms versus actually cure. But they run into a kind of bandit group who aren't scavengers. That's a different thing, but these guys basically rob them, and it's a very tense moment. I do like that our main character was like, I'm picking up this gun and I'm going to take care of this, but kind of falters because she's never done this before, and it felt like a very real moment between them. And Pa is kind of like, trying to offer her a home and stuff, but she's got this mission to find the architect. I still don't know why. I still don't know exactly what she is as an astronomer. It's something with her heritage and stuff. Are we gonna make this light? Hold on. Probably not. Nope. Nope, we're not. But we're first in line now. So, first in line to get over to that line. This traffic here is awful. But yeah. So it's still very interesting. I am wondering when we're actually getting to where the synopsis talks about Cricket and this boy that she's going to meet. So we haven't actually, maybe we met Cricket briefly, but we haven't met them like to be named. We met a small child who maybe will come back. I don't know, but she's definitely going to break off from Pa at some point to go on her own to get to the ocean to find this architect. Don't know why. I would love to know why. Can we get over in the line? We're gonna, yeah. Come on. This line is awful. All right, we're now stuck in this line. Hooray! Getting home sucks. In Denver, it sucks, guys. So yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm at with The Wilderness of Stars. We're going to go home and do a little craft while continuing to listen to Wilderness of Stars. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe we can finish it tonight. I don't know. It says we have about 3.5 hours left of listening time at my speed. So we'll find out if indeed we can do that. Okay. I'm going to go sit in this traffic now. Bye. Hi, we're home now. We have listened to a bit more. We have now been exposed for the constellation on our neck. Still don't know what it means to be the last astronomer. But we have evaded capture, and we have abandoned Pa. Not abandoned, but we left her behind. Because, bye, not dad, kind of thing. Because she's got stuff to do, people to find, the architect to find. And we have finally gotten to a person who is going to do some help. She has come across a group of people. We did reunite with the little boy who who got the postcard from, and now we have been introduced to, I believe, the love interest, and they're kind of evaluating the situation. They're reviewing the situation. Sorry, Oliver jumps out sometimes, but we are going to be making a little garland of books. Is my intention. So what I have done is I have created a bunch of book covers here. And if you don't know how to do this, it's very simple. Basically, I measured these guys, and I think it should fit. They might be a little smaller. I don't know. It'll work. We'll make it work. I dropped one. These are ones I ordered a while ago for this specific project, because I really wanted the book feel to it, but you can make these just by folding strips of paper up, and then you've got a book. I've done it before where I had to Mod Podge. I didn't want to Mod Podge, so I did print all of these guys on sticky paper, on sticker paper. And basically what you do, I'm going to look a little closer at them. I mean, I can also show you on my computer. You rotate one 180 degrees and make a little spine. So you measure how much you want your spine to be. And that's it. And you print them like that. And I'm going to cut them out now. And I'm going to just start sticking them on. And I have these fancy needles. Not fancy. They're just stainless steel needles. But these apparently will stab through anything. So I'm hoping that I can just stab right through. No, I cannot. False advertising. They had this needle going through freaking jeans on the advertisement. So that's a lie. Cool, and I dropped it again. Come back. So instead we're going to dig out our Dremel. Woo! Good to know now. So I have a little Dremel tool that, actually, I don't even know if I have to do that. We'll find a way. We will find a way. I was going to make a little hole straight through here. The Dremel might be too big a hole. So instead, so I have embroidery thread. I have gold embroidery thread. I could just hook it through the book, kind of like a ribbon would be. If I can do this with my hands, oh my God, I cannot. Just sit through here. And so I can just kind of like tie a little guy around that and then string them up so they're like that. I don't know how I'm going to attach it just yet, but all I know is right now I have 50 books to cut out and sticker onto this, and then we will attach it somehow onto this guy. And that's going to be a little garland, because I don't have a lot of space, so I'm having a little tiny tree, which I have not gotten yet. I'm going to get one when I can. And I'm just going to put little lights on it, and then a garland of my favorite books. So these are books that I've given 5 stars that I love and hold near and dear to my heart. So it's not every book ever, but I had 50 of these, so we chose 50. It was quite a decision to get them into that position, but I did. That's what we've done. Cool. Sorry if I'm very whited out. There's a light right there. We've added lighting into this room. So yeah, that is what we're going to do right now while I continue listening to A Wilderness of Stars. I was like wilder something. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Let's get to it. so we have made, oh god, it's gonna get all tangled, our book garland. Whoa, there's so many little bookies. So we just need to wrap this around our little tree, which I don't have yet, but will have shortly. So we're gonna lay these guys right there for now. We aren't gonna finish this tonight because I gotta film a bunch of TikToks. I gotta do some book reviews because I'm real behind y'all, and all that jazz. So I don't know how far I am. I'm 71% done. I have 3 hours left, really like an hour and a half left, so I will likely finish this book tomorrow. What has happened is a lot, though, and I've come to the conclusion this book is Waterworld. This is YA Waterworld with a romance, and one of them unalives, unfortunately. So we have the trio, right? We have Cricket, we have Noah, and our girl Vega. And Vega's our main character. Vega is essentially the child from Waterworld with the map to Greenland or Dryland or whatever. And they're trying to get to I still don't know what's going to happen at the ocean, especially that's so dependent on these 100 years of this pair of stars appearing. Still don't know why. Still don't know what the architect is. Still don't know what this means. What does it mean? I don't know. But they are running off and stuff. They're getting to know each other. They discover Noah has a secret of who he used to be, but he's not that guy anymore. You know, that trope. And then our girl gets kidnapped by the bad guys. But she is rescued. Huzzah! Everybody's out. Rescue. We learn a little bit about the bad guys in this. We are rescued, and then one of our trio does not make it out, and that sucks. It really sucks, and I'm sad about that. And now we have our two together, grieving this loss. Also, while growing so closer, and we have reached a hotel thing, sort of. We've reached another town, essentially, and they're just gonna chill out. They did rescue our horse, though. I forgot to mention this. So we had a horse in the beginning of the story with Pa, and the bad guys who we've now met again, stole all their stuff, including their horse, Bodhi. They found Bodhi, so Bodhi's back and the horse is okay. Yay! I was really worried in the beginning that they were gonna, like, kill the horse. And, like, as a punishment for them defying them, but thankfully, they just took it, and the horse is fine, and we're okay, and oh my god, thank gosh. Good stuff. But I am still enjoying this, aside from the weird breathiness, the ASMR layered voice that we have with this narrator. It's just kind of, I don't know. I hear all the breath the whole time, and it's weird. So, yeah, but I have a couple other things I need to do tonight, including making those TikToks. I have to make a package and drop it off tomorrow in the mail. So we only really have an hour before I go to bed, so that's why I'm like, time to stop. But I finished that, and I was glad that my stainless steel needles worked. I did end up trying many different things for hammering. I started with scissors, as you probably saw. Got some nice damage on the scissors there. You can see that. And then I was like, let's use the brush. The brush, too slippery. And then we have my back scratcher, also lovingly damaged now. Why is it every time you pick up a back scratcher, your back is like, scratch me? Which, here, you want to hear a fun fact? A fun little ditty this morning? I got out of the shower. I don't know if you guys can see it. If it's still there or not. I don't know. I can't see. But I got out of the shower, and then all of a sudden, I felt sharp burning pain. And I look in my mirror, and there were these little, like, not full scratches. Also, there we go. Not full scratches, but it was like 2 little scratches. But one of the long was about this big. It looked like it was like dotted scratches. It was very weird. And then there's like these 4 little points. Like I had 2 snake bites almost on my side. I don't know how that happened, because I literally just like stepped out of the shower, was drying myself off, and then I'm like, what the hell? So comment down below if you know what's going on there. I'm just being possessed by a demon again. That's fine. Good times, good times, good times. All right. Well, I have a very sleepy boy, very sleepy baby on the bed. You guys can't see him all the way up there, but I do. So yeah, I'm gonna package up these goods and record some TikTok book reviews and go to bed. And that's today. So we're gonna have to. I wanted to finish this book today, but I'm going to. Unfortunately, that's fine. We try. We'll finish it tomorrow, and we'll get our little tree. I already have little lights and stuff, so I just need to stop by and get a little tree. I have some cash, so I can get a little treat. A little tree treat for myself. Yeah. We made the book, Garland, and we finished listening to A Wilderness of Stars by Shea Earnshaw, and I just like to say, what the hell? What was that ending? This book had me for a good while being very intrigued as to the dystopia, the plague thing, the romance, a little forced, but it's fine. That's the least of my concerns. What happened to science? What? I don't want to spoil this for you guys, but I also kind of do so that you know what you're getting into, but none of the science is going to make sense. None of it makes any sense. So here's the thing. The lore of the astronomer's role is like every 100 years this opportunity arises, but that doesn't make any sense because once they finally get to the ocean, she's essentially finding a ship. A spaceship that somehow is still functional and has to be raised from the ocean. And there's a black hole situation that does not make any sense at all. And like the reason for the sickness is because of dark matter, and the whole thing is she has to go alone on this spaceship to find the rest of these people to come back and save the rest of them. And then there's this thing with the Earth being able to go through the black hole and be fine on the other side. How, if it gets spit out of, if this theory of the Earth going through a black hole and being fine on the other side, how is it that where's sun, where the planet might not be habitable anymore, and it leaves you on this very open-ended ending. There is no conclusion to this. It makes you think that there might be a sequel, but there's not a sequel. It's a standalone. What? That's what I was saying at the end of this book as I was listening to it. I was just like, are you joking? Are you kidding me? Everything else about this book I was enjoying because I'm like, it's like Waterworld, but not, you know? And I was just so upset at this ending. This ending felt like it came out of nowhere. It made no sense. There was no logic to it. Like, if she's going to the spaceship, why is it only for her? She could have taken the guy. And then there was the whole fight at the end and like, oh, the sacrifice and whatever. But like, what? What is that science? What is that science? The science makes no sense, and it took me completely out of the book and ruined my entire experience with this book. Okay. That's my review on it. I would like, read the book and then stop once they get to the beach. Just stop when they get to the beach. Happy ever after. There you go. That's it. That's all. Stop at the beach. Stop when she gets rescued. Stop when she gets rescued from the bad guys and just pretend that all of them make it out alive and that they're fine, and they just go off and live at the hotel that they stay at. Stop there and you'll have a great time with this book. Otherwise, you're going to get mad. If you're a science and space science person like me, you're going to get mad at this. No. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed making these little guys with me. My camera is having a focus issue, and I don't know why, so I'm going to be futzing with that for a while. But also, they saw, but like, look, it's a little Paul. It's a little Paul. It's so cute. Okay, anyway, I found that when I was getting the tree. Oh God, I just knocked the tree! I just knocked it. No. You're sitting a certain way for the cardinals. Okay, anyway, that was reading A Wilderness of Stars. See you next time. Balancing on a bed.